Sup shitters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Audrey's Dance, titled Vampire's Kiss, and if we switch over to here we have the YouTube video for it. All instruments, audio and video production by Michael Vukovac. We've got our websites here for Michael's statement, Spotify links. Yeah, because Michael, there's three different projects that Michael is involved with here. My understanding is Audrey's Dance and Michael's Statement are like sort of solo projects, whereas the Night Patrol is more of a band kind of thing. And I think that Michael is responsible for the production on all of these. So quite a bit going on as far as I'm aware. He's been doing this. He's been releasing music for a while now, a few years, and I'm excited to hear more of it. Here's this track from start to finish and hear what you think. Let's go. Ambient prog stuff from what I understand, like cinematic. I'm liking these reversed takes. Oh, by the way, with these reviews, I don't typically focus too much on the video or the elements related to that. I'm more knowledgeable about the musical side of things, so just a heads up in case you don't hear me commenting about the video too much. These arpeggios with the reverse takes are beautiful. It's gorgeous stuff. With some nice piano in there as well. Very luscious. It's nice to actually see the musician, see Michael playing this as well, and that's a fairly good... It's a fairly nice looking studio, actually. Great setup. Nice filter work is there. There's a lot of freshness and brightness up in the mid to high frequencies, with the filter getting rid of the lows for now, I think. Cool when the drums and bass come in. Sounding nice and fresh with a lovely reverb tail on it. Like, there's a lot going on in regards to these sort of reversed takes and like these synth and piano sections, and there's maybe some modulated guitar with the clean guitars and the bass and the drums, but it's manageable. Nice to see an acoustic drum kit being recorded, you know, I like the sound of that, tone of that kit. Oh, we got some really interesting guitar effects going on, what is that effect there? Like a flanger or a flanger or a... I like a rotary? I'm kind of rusty on my guitar effects, which is not ideal, but I can tell something's different. Nice tightness as well to that kick tone. It's got some nice, so it's got a lovely harmony here, lots of interesting sort of triads here. Nothing too crazy at this point in time, but there is tension in regards to the overall progression. There's some notes which signal a darkness or an uncertainty, or a tension there. But it is quite cinematic, you know, the music itself, you know. There's a real sense of drama to it. Nice eighth note groove there. I just want to go back here to just check out the kit he's got there. Look at all these toms. Having like is that a 7? It's a 6-piece, isn't it? You've got a high, mid, low, floor, and a snare like that. And you've got an additional drum over here as well. That's crazy, man. Wow, you've got a lot of range when you work with that, eh? Sorry for interrupting the video like that. Nice ghost notes there on the snare as well. Oh, we got an organ there, like a church organ or something like that. Combining sort of a sense of spirituality to it. Sort of ethereal, isn't it? Sort of very mysterious. There's so many different colors to this overall music overall tune as well. With the, but at the same time, it's not overwhelming. You know, like there's not too many ingredients despite the complexity of the overall arrangement. It's sort of pad-like and almost therapeutic. Oh, vampires. Oh, yeah, that got me a little bit. I wasn't expecting that. Like, I saw the eyes, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Oh. And we've got some vocals in there as well in the high register, like sopranos or something like that. And again, like it's more of an additional layer to the music in that higher frequency as a very, it's very beautiful tonality to it. And it's very subtle as well, which I enjoy. Very subtle. There's a lot of subtle elements in there. You're not just shoving everything in your face. You're allowing the panning as well as other elements to kind of help bring it in. And you've got dynamic range to the arrangement as well, which is great. You know, with the vampires and the gothic elements of that George organ, there are some elements in the audio which make sense with the video, and I think that stylistic, that connection there is really, really important. I've also just noticed we've got a shaker on the hi-hat as well. I've been hearing that throughout, but I was wondering if that was an additional thing he was hitting, but no. We've only got 2 arms, you know? Oh, that change there, the minor chord. That was very sudden, wasn't it? This is a C, B section or C. I wonder how many different sections we've had on this track. Splitting it into 3 parts like this is a smart move, you know. It allows for almost certainly the justification of a longer form composition like this. Even though I know that, you know, there's nothing wrong with having longer songs. It's just you need to have development and change throughout to make it meaningful and keep it engaging. Oh yeah, that's a very sharp, well not like sharp in a bad way, it's a very dramatic kind of boom, boom. Is that a E? It is an E minor, cool. My hearing's getting a little bit better. Oh, we're going boom, boom. We're not resolving to that major chord, no, we're going. We're going to between the minor first and the fourth. Ooh, excellent. Oh, are those reverse synths or something like that? Oh, this is kind of unsettling, these reverse takes. It's great to see how he's... This is what I mean. This is why I think this is a really cool video. And I said I wouldn't talk too much about it, but I'm liking seeing him play because it also gives you a clue not only of how skilled he is as a multi-instrumentalist, but also it allows you to sort of see bits of how he approaches these interesting sounds that he's making. You know, for an instrumental performance like this, that can be very helpful, you know? Bit of violining there on the guitar, potentially, or something else. So there's a more. Vampire's Kiss. Well, I mean, I should have known with Vampire's Kiss that there were going to be vampires. My brain was like so into the music that it still took me by surprise. And I think that, again, that's a really well considered and put together audiovisual experience. I'm really happy with that. We got music and production, Michael Vukovac, the website as well. Yeah, everything there, great, fantastic. Very professional audiovisual experience there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more music in the future. I'm actually genuinely interested in hearing more from Michael. I think that this is a fantastic first impression. If I make it big, you know, like it's a fantastic first impression to Michael's music, as I haven't listened to it before. It can be a make or break situation. And coming at someone with a 6-minute track can be a bit of a risky move, you know, as a music reviewer. You know, even though I'm very, very open-minded, aside from like the really, really kind of cheesy country music, which I try my best, but you can only do so much, right? We are all human. You know, it can be self-destructive sometimes if your musical chops are not up to par. And Michael's are. Michael is a fantastic musician who has shown, you know, with a lack of needing to talk about vocals aside from the back and kind of choir ones, or there was a soloist or soprano or something that was adding additional layers to it, which I think were well considered, by the way. It was great to have it at that portion. Combined with the organs, it was sort of a very, very ethereal experience, and it was sort of mystical and that gothic kind of. I enjoyed again how the elements moved together, but I think more importantly, the consideration of how this track needed to be put together. Just there was not a dull moment within this song at all. I have a lot of love for the fact that there were no filler bits. It was from start to finish. There was energy and tension and charisma and change, but change in a way that was manageable and easy to digest for the listener as well. There was some challenging tonalities and intervals in there, and some, maybe again, like I'm not used to hearing as many of the rah, rah kind of sounds in a track, but I think that added to the confusion that was going on. Maybe there was a bit of uncertainty and anxiety about it, and then generally at the end there was sort of more of an acceptance of that and what comes of that, and I think that's great. I think to be able to combine all these different elements in a song is a very difficult thing to do, and I think it's worth noting that it was handled very, very well. So well done to Michael on that with Audrey's dance. What else do I want to say about this? The instrumental performances were fairly spot on. I'm liking again the fact that we saw that we were playing the drum kits and the bass instruments and stuff like that. While I have all the love in the world for people who use electronic instruments and synthesizers and stuff like that, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that it takes a lot of talent and skill to be able to produce music like that. I also think it's equally valid that we're playing, the actual sort of guitar and bass and drums and stuff like that. It takes a lot of time and effort to be able to be competent enough, not only to understand the instruments and not only to play them, but also to be able to record yourself in a way that will make the music or do value to your artistic vision. And we nailed that here with Vampire's Kiss again. And finally, the production was sensational. There was not a moment where I was like, what is happening? What is going on here? That's too quiet. That's panned weirdly. There's a resonant frequency in there. I love it to pieces. I think that everything in this track in regards to the individual instruments and how they came together was done well. The mastering chain was well considered. There was no pumping. There was a nice little bit of reverb there. But there was also a nice balance, I think, between the mix and the master where the instruments themselves had enough room to breathe. And then that final little bit of touch. I imagine this would have been a fairly simple job to master because of how well the initial mix was done. There is a difference. There are key differences between mixes and masters. And if you don't get those two right, you're kind of screwed, individually as well as collectively. So yeah, that's effectively my review, though, of Audrey's Dance and Vampire's Kiss. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Again, it's a very glowing review for me. I don't typically try and say nice things unless I think they're deserved. So for me to give an overall positive review like this and to actually be excited and interested in the music on a level more than my typical curiosity is something that I think needs to be considered. I really wish Michael the best of luck in future with the free projects. That's a lot to take on. But I think that with the setup he's got in anyways, with the production setup, because he handles all the production himself, I'm sure they'll be just fine. And I wish him the best of luck in future. So thank you very much for watching this review of Audrey's Dance and Vampire's Kiss. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go check out Audrey's Dance and Michael's various social medias and YouTube page, as well as the website and all that. And stay cool and stay safe. And please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.